My dear brothers and sisters, today we gather to reflect upon a remarkable yet often overlooked force in our lives, the silent strength of a Muslim woman. This strength is not measured by loud words, visible accolades, or public recognition. It is measured by patience in hardship, consistency in faith, and unwavering dedication to her family, community, and to Allah. A Muslim woman's strength begins with her inner resilience. Life is filled with trials, challenges, and moments that test patience. In these moments, she may bear burdens that remain invisible to the world. She rises early to care for her family, organizes her home with tireless effort, and fulfills responsibilities that often go unnoticed. Her strength lies in her ability to endure without complaint, to remain steadfast when circumstances are difficult, and to continue to strive for goodness despite the weight on her shoulders. This resilience is not merely physical, it is spiritual. A Muslim woman roots herself in her faith, finding solace and guidance in prayer, remembrance of Allah, and adherence to the Sunnah. She understands that true strength comes from her connection to Allah, who observes her efforts, her intentions, and her sacrifices, even when others do not. This faith allows her to transform ordinary actions into acts of worship, and to face challenges with courage and dignity. Beyond her personal resilience, the silent strength of a Muslim woman is reflected in her impact on those around her. Through her character, patience, and wisdom, she influences her children, husband, family, and even the broader community. She teaches lessons of compassion, empathy, and integrity without uttering a single word. Her actions, her example, and her steadfastness inspire others to be better, to strive for righteousness, and to uphold justice. It is important to recognize that this strength is not loud. It does not seek attention or praise. The world may overlook her contributions, but in the eyes of Allah, every act of kindness, every moment of patience, and every silent struggle is recorded and rewarded. The silent strength of a Muslim woman is a testament to the power of humility, endurance, and faith. As we reflect on this, let us also remember that society benefits enormously from acknowledging and valuing this strength. Encouraging, supporting, and respecting the women around us allows their silent strength to flourish further. It strengthens families, communities, and ultimately the Ummah. The silent strength of a Muslim woman begins with her inner resilience, a quality that is often overlooked yet profoundly powerful. Life does not always unfold according to our plans, and challenges come in forms both expected and unexpected. A Muslim woman faces these trials with a patience and composure that reflect not only her character, but also her deep faith. Her resilience is evident in the way she navigates responsibilities, cares for her family, and manages her own personal struggles, all while maintaining a sense of balance and dignity. She does not seek recognition for the countless tasks she accomplishes or the sacrifices she makes. Her reward lies with Allah, and this awareness sustains her spirit. From early morning until the day's end, a Muslim woman bears responsibilities that extend far beyond what is seen. She wakes before others to prepare for the day, often prioritizing the needs of her family above her own. She balances the roles of caretaker, teacher, advisor, and sometimes breadwinner, all while ensuring that her faith and values remain at the center of her life. There is a quiet determination in her efforts, a determination that allows her to persist even when the world seems unappreciative or indifferent. Her strength is not loud or aggressive, it is subtle, consistent, and enduring. It is the kind of strength that transforms ordinary acts into extraordinary demonstrations of patience and perseverance. Her resilience is tested in numerous ways. She may face personal hardships, family challenges, societal pressures, or moments of self-doubt. Yet she meets these trials not with despair, but with a steadfast heart, guided by her understanding of life as a test from Allah. She is aware that every difficulty carries a lesson, every burden has a purpose, and every moment of patience is recorded and rewarded. This perspective allows her to maintain hope, to continue striving, and to respond to life's challenges with wisdom and grace. Her struggles, though often unseen, are acts of devotion that cultivate a strength far greater than mere physical endurance. A Muslim woman's inner resilience is also reflected in her ability to remain calm and composed in moments of conflict or adversity. She understands the value of self-control and the importance of responding to situations with thoughtfulness rather than impulsivity. Her patience does not signify weakness. Rather, it is an expression of her profound strength. She exemplifies courage through the small, consistent decisions she makes, everyday decisions that prioritize compassion, fairness, and integrity over personal gain or recognition. Through these choices, she demonstrates that true power lies not in domination or noise, but in the ability to remain steadfast and purposeful despite life's challenges. Moreover, this resilience extends to her emotional and spiritual well-being. A Muslim woman nurtures her heart and mind with acts of worship, reflection, and remembrance of Allah. She understands that her inner peace and strength are tied to her spiritual connection, and she invests time and effort in sustaining this bond. Prayer, supplication, and gratitude become sources of fortitude, empowering her to face life's difficulties with a sense of calm and assurance. She transforms the ordinary aspects of daily life into acts of spiritual devotion, finding meaning and purpose even in the most routine or challenging circumstances. In essence, the inner resilience of a Muslim woman is a remarkable force. It is the quiet courage that allows her to endure hardship without complaint, the unwavering patience that guides her through trials, and the steadfast faith that anchors her in every aspect of life. This strength does not seek applause or recognition, but its impact resonates through the lives she touches, the families she nurtures, and the community she supports. It is a silent power, yet it is among the most profound and transformative forces in the world. The silent strength of a Muslim woman is deeply rooted in her spiritual anchoring, a connection that provides her with guidance, courage, and endurance throughout the challenges of life. This strength is not superficial. It is cultivated through consistent devotion, reliance on Allah, and a conscious effort to align every aspect of life with faith. While the world may measure strength through outward appearances, material success, or loud declarations, a Muslim woman's true power lies in the serenity and stability that come from a heart firmly attached to the divine. Her spiritual anchoring begins with awareness and mindfulness of Allah in every action. Whether she is tending to her home, caring for her family, or pursuing personal responsibilities, she understands that her efforts are not merely mundane tasks. They are acts of worship when performed with sincerity. This awareness transforms ordinary deeds into meaningful contributions and elevates the value of her perseverance. Even when her sacrifices go unnoticed, even when her efforts are unacknowledged, her faith assures her that Allah sees every intention, every struggle, and every moment of patience. This knowledge instills in her a quiet confidence, a strength that does not require validation from others, but thrives on the recognition of her Creator. A Muslim woman's spiritual anchoring also manifests in her reliance on prayer, reflection, and remembrance of Allah. These practices serve as a source of comfort and fortitude, allowing her to navigate life's difficulties with clarity and composure. In moments of stress or uncertainty, prayer becomes a refuge, a private dialogue with Allah that renews hope, strengthens resolve, and offers guidance. Her connection to Allah equips her with resilience that is both emotional and psychological, enabling her to endure trials with a sense of purpose and patience. The spiritual discipline she maintains acts as a shield against despair, negativity, and distractions, and it empowers her to remain steadfast in her responsibilities and commitments. Beyond personal devotion, spiritual anchoring shapes her interactions with others. A Muslim woman grounded in faith demonstrates patience, compassion, and humility in her relationships. Her strength is evident in her ability to forgive, to offer counsel, and to nurture without expectation of reward. She understands that her influence comes not from coercion or force, but from the example she sets through her character, guided by the principles of Islam. This spiritual foundation allows her to approach challenges in family, work, and society with wisdom and insight, making decisions that are just, balanced, and reflective of her moral integrity. Importantly, spiritual anchoring provides stability amid life's unpredictability. Circumstances can change, people may fail her, and difficulties may arise unexpectedly. Yet her connection to Allah remains constant, acting as a source of unwavering strength. She recognizes that life is a test, and her resilience is strengthened through reliance on the one who never abandons his servants. This perspective allows her to approach hardships with patience, to remain optimistic in adversity, and to maintain dignity in the face of trials. Her faith is the foundation upon which she builds her courage, enabling her to face life with calmness and unwavering trust. Ultimately, the silent strength of a Muslim woman emerges from this spiritual anchoring. It is the quiet courage that comes from knowing that every act of patience, every moment of sacrifice, and every choice made with sincerity has eternal value. Her strength is not measured by visibility or recognition, but by consistency in faith and steadfastness in character. It is a strength that influences her family, community, and society at large, quietly shaping the world through acts that are rooted in devotion, compassion, and humility. In a world that often celebrates noise and visibility, the spiritual anchoring of a Muslim woman is a profound reminder that true strength is cultivated in the heart, guided by faith, and sustained through an unwavering connection to Allah. Her silent strength is a source of inspiration, not because it is proclaimed, but because it is lived every day through devotion, resilience, and unwavering trust in her Creator. The silent strength of a Muslim woman is most profoundly seen in the impact she has beyond words. Her influence is not measured by loud declarations, social recognition, or public accolades. Instead, it is reflected in the subtle yet powerful ways she shapes her family, her community, and the society around her. This influence is the result of consistent character, wise actions, and unwavering adherence to her faith. While the world may often overlook it, her impact is lasting and transformative, touching hearts and inspiring positive change in ways that words alone cannot achieve. A Muslim woman's influence begins within her family, where her presence, guidance, and example shape the values, attitudes, and behaviors of those she loves. She teaches through actions rather than words, demonstrating patience in times of difficulty, kindness in her interactions, and integrity in every decision. Children observe her conduct, internalizing lessons of compassion, responsibility, and moral strength. Her husband witnesses her steadfastness, her wisdom in handling household and social matters, and her ability to maintain harmony in the home. Through these consistent actions, she silently molds the character of her family, leaving an imprint that continues to grow over time. Beyond the household, a Muslim woman's impact extends to her community. She participates in acts of charity, offers guidance to others, and supports those in need without seeking recognition. Her presence in social and religious spaces reflects the values of Islam: humility, compassion, and service, encouraging others to follow similar paths. Her influence is felt not through loud proclamations, but through the respect she earns, the trust she builds, and the positive example she sets. People are drawn to her character, inspired to emulate her patience, her wisdom, and her devotion. This silent leadership demonstrates that true influence is not about domination or visibility, but about consistent integrity and moral authority. A Muslim woman also impacts society through her resilience in facing challenges. In navigating the trials of life, she demonstrates that strength is not always about confrontation, but about endurance, perseverance, and steadfast faith. When she approaches difficulties with patience, composure, and reliance on Allah, she inspires others to handle their struggles with similar dignity. Her life becomes a testimony to the power of faith, patience, and quiet determination. Through her example, she teaches that challenges are not meant to break us, but to cultivate inner strength, spiritual growth, and empathy toward others. It is important to recognize that this influence is intentional yet humble. A Muslim woman does not act for praise, social validation, or recognition. Her actions are guided by faith, conscience, and the desire to please Allah. This humility amplifies her impact because it is sincere and consistent. People are drawn not only to what she does, but to the authenticity and purity behind her actions. Her silent strength inspires change in ways that words often cannot, creating a ripple effect that touches generations. In essence, the impact of a Muslim woman goes beyond words because it is rooted in character, action, and faith. Her patience, wisdom, and resilience shape the lives of those around her, instilling values that endure long after fleeting moments have passed. Her influence teaches that strength is not measured by noise or recognition, but by the ability to inspire, guide, and uplift others through example. She demonstrates that the quiet, consistent effort of living according to Islamic principles leaves a mark far deeper and more lasting than anything proclaimed aloud. Therefore, when we consider the silent strength of a Muslim woman, we must understand that her most powerful contribution is often invisible to the world, but monumental in its effects. Through her unwavering faith, steadfast character, and quiet determination, she shapes families, nurtures communities, and leaves a legacy of moral and spiritual influence that endures. Her strength is subtle, her impact is profound, and her presence is a blessing that touches the hearts of all who witness it, directly or indirectly.